Hey everyone, what's going on? Nathan here. Now today's amp sim that I'm going to be checking out is ToneSuite Distant from WaveMind. So yeah, I kind of have some big expectations for this one because quite a lot of people mentioned this one to me, even a few personal friends were like, hey, you should check that one out. I know it's super heavy stuff, leaning more towards the gent crowd, but I know it also has a 5150 in it, a clean amp, so it's definitely one of those amp sims that's trying to cover all bases. But let's not waste any more time. Let's drop into a mix where I show off ToneSuite Distant in a full mix, as well as the isolated guitars, and then of course, we'll check out everything the amp sim plugin has to offer. Let's get into it. Alright, so just pull the amp sim up here. This is default sounds. This is what you're going to hear. Now this is the Balaguer BB Woodman. We're in drop C today. This is with the Balaguer pickups, I should say. We'll flick through a couple presets. Oh, this one. I swear I'm just not metal enough whenever I hear a preset like this. Almost there. I'm almost there with it, but it's just Let me know what you think about these ones. Oh, this one is the lead preset one. All right, let's check everything out. Interface should look pretty familiar. It's kind of that neural DSP thing going on there. Input gain, gate levels, transpose feature. So if you want to drop things there, then your pedals, your amps, your cab, EQ, as well as your post effects. We've got some delay and reverb. You also have a tight thing. It's kind of like a multi-band compressor. So if you want to get those chugs nice and in control, we can use the tight thing. And then smooth is doing the top end, the soothe 2 kind of trick. We'll check out the pedals. So you got some sort of EQ. Then you got this destructor one, which is kind of like that. You know I'm gonna play it. And then slaughter, this is going to be our typical tube screamer, level cranked, drive pretty high with a mid shift looks like. Alright, sweet. Then the amps, I'm not too sure what this one is. I think it's some sort of a Mesa. Looks like possibly a rectifier kind of thing going on there. I just realized WaveMind also have a Mesa Rev F, I believe. They have a different amp sim. It's a Mesa. Come on, it's a Mesa. There's a 6505 sort of amp there. And then this is, I think, is Fendery, maybe an orange. I don't know. It's sort of got that sound. It's definitely like a cleaner amp. I just noticed it's like a clean amp with the most like hectic artwork going on there. But anyway, we'll check this amp out first. So no boost pedal engaged. We'll flip the pedal back on. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it on and mess with the gain here. I mean, look how much gain we have there. It's crazy. These are such like intangible things, but when you have this much gain and a gate that actually works, you can get that sort of like bury your dead bounce. That might not be the final tone, but at least I know like the building blocks for all this stuff. It's there. It's really just like dialing the amp in a little bit. So leave the mics in place. We'll just check out the speakers. Obviously, it's not apples to apples, but I really think this one or the first one. I mean, we dialed things in with this one. It's probably going to sound right here, isn't it? And then we've got the different mics down the sides. I'm going to go through all this stuff. You can just see there's heaps of stuff going on there. I'm sure there's an infinite amount of unique sounds you can pull out of this thing. This kind of amp, white panel, chicken sort of knobs. We're just going to feel at home here, aren't we? Who would have guessed that 6646 with a cranked presence is going to sound pretty good? I realized the mic setting was on something weird, so I just went in and fixed it. Changed it over to the different cab, the modern cab, I guess, and yeah, this is how it sounded. Now I can hear there's definitely a lot of low end build up on those chugs. Perfect time to engage this tight switch. I like to just give it like a kiss, kind of like around there, so we'll turn it off. We'll do the same thing with the smooth. I don't think this really needs it, but we'll check it out. Yeah, for this, I would either just leave it off, or if you just need a little bit, 2%, any more, maybe it works for a different kind of tone, but it's just eating too much into this high end. That is totally fine. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you, I just pull up the 5169 preset, so you can see the on and off, or the power and standby there. There's a suspicious third one. There's an overkill switch. Massively apparent when you switch it off and on. I'll turn those effects back on. Oof, when you play the wrong notes and it's got the delay and ambience going. You're not buying this plugin for the clean stuff, come on. But if you are, it's pretty usable. Man, that's awesome stuff. I really want to try this plugin out with a bunch of different guitars, because I know what it's going to do to drop G. It's going to suit that really, really nice. But I didn't want to do this whole demo with that, so I might do a different video. I don't know. I'm going to work a way to use this, or even just use this in some tracks, because this definitely has a lot of potential. That's something I'm going to factor into these amp sims that I might do in my roundup video, is that some amp sims and some guitars sort of pair better. Like there's some Marshall amp sims that probably aren't going to work well for super drop tune stuff. They're going to work better for standard tuning. Whereas this is definitely going to work better for like ultra drop tune stuff. So yeah, that's something to consider. All right, so let's round up the scores and everything for sound quality. Look at all these scores here. Sound quality, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Tone variety, gave it an 8 out of 10. Extra features, 8 out of 10. UI, take a guess. 8 out of 10, that's right. I would have given it a 9 out of 10, but some of those pedals, I have to go back to the website and just see what they did, how they work, that kind of thing. So just a little bit down. The artwork is not my thing. It's like ultra metal. Nitpicking here, nitpicking stuff, but the UI in general, it's that neural DSP kind of UI. So still an 8 out of 10. Super functional. Speed to sound good. 8 out of 10. It's all 8s across the board for this one. It's actually very similar to a neural DSP plugin, which is crazy praise from a company like WaveMind, who really hasn't put out a ton of amp sims. So if they're doing this sort of quality this early on in their life cycle, I think they have heaps of room to grow. And yeah, I'd like to see some more stuff out of them. I can never say this properly. ToneSuite Distant from WaveMind. If you have this plugin, let me know in the comments if there's any like sleeper settings or anything I should be checking out. But I will say I did get a code out of WaveMind. They were kind enough to send a code over so I could check it out with no interruptions in the sound and everything. Yeah, shout out to WaveMind for making this one happen. It's not a sponsored video. They haven't seen it. I'm not getting paid. I just got a free code to check out the plugin. So yeah, as always, if you stuck around to the end of the video, you're a legend, and I'll catch you on the next one.